Hello, everyone. My name is Leitania Burgos, and I'm here to talk to you about foreign portfolio investments, what they are, their pros and cons, and how they differ from other investments. So, what is a foreign portfolio? A foreign portfolio is a type of investment that consists of securities, stocks, and other financial assets held by investors in another country. Using a foreign portfolio is one of the most common ways to invest overseas. Such portfolio doesn't give direct ownership of a company's assets, which means that the investor, when they invest in this type of portfolio, they don't directly relate to the company. It is liquid, depending on the volatility of the market, and volatility is the statistical measure of a return dispersion. Now we'll talk about the difference between a foreign portfolio investment and a foreign direct investment. In a foreign portfolio investment, an investor does not manage the investment, hence why they don't have direct control over the assets or the business. It does face risks, but not as high as a foreign direct investment, since FPIs are financial assets, not a direct stake in a company. They also offer a quicker return the investors' money because of their liquidity, and this type of investments are commonly used by the average retail investor, not by someone of a high net worth or a company. On the other hand, someone that invests on a foreign direct investment purchases direct businesses' interest in a foreign country, which means they control the monetary investment and manage the company in which they invest. Since they are directly linked to the company, they face less liquidity and more risk when trying to sell these interests. This type of investments are usually used by high net worth individuals and companies. Now I will talk about the pros and cons of foreign portfolio investment. The main pro is that it gains access to higher markets. Home markets home markets could be very similar and competitive, while foreign countries could offer slightly less competition, which will eventually benefit the investor. Another pro is that it benefits from exchange rates, which means that if the foreign country has a stronger currency, the investor could benefit from it. It also diversifies your portfolio, and as many of us know, the most common way to minimize risk is by diversifying the portfolio, and this way you can use international assets to do so. It also gives the investor access to international credit. Some of the cons are that one of the main cons is political factors, because politics can affect the way investments work in a foreign country, which eventually will affect the investment norms. It also has low retail participation, which mostly happens in emerging markets, and it can cause low liquidity, which turns out to price volatility. It also has an unpredictable nature of assets, which means the volatility of inflows and outflows can have adverse effect to the host country's economy. Now I will show you a little video that will go more in depth of what foreign portfolios are.
A portfolio investment is a grouping of assets such as stocks, bonds, and cash equivalents. Portfolio investments are held directly by an investor or managed by financial professionals. In economics, foreign portfolio investment is the entry of funds into a country where foreigners deposit money in a country's bank or make purchases in the country's stock and bond markets, sometimes for speculation. Portfolio investments typically involve transactions in securities that are highly liquid, that is, they can be bought and sold very quickly. A portfolio investment is an investment made by an investor who is not involved in the management of a company. This is in contrast to direct investment, which allows an investor to exercise a certain degree of managerial control over a company. Equity investments, where the owner holds less than 10% of a company's shares, are classified as portfolio investment. These transactions are also referred to as portfolio flows and are recorded in the financial account of a country's balance of payments. According to the Institute of International Finance, portfolio flows arise through the transfer of ownership of securities from one country to another. Foreign portfolio investment is positively influenced by high rates of return and reduction of risk through geographic diversification. The return on foreign portfolio investment is normally in the form of interest payments or non-voting dividends.
And that's all. I hope this presentation and the video help you gain a little bit more knowledge of what foreign portfolios investments are and the pros and cons of why you should invest in them. Thank you.